Hi, I'm Dr. Lyle. Welcome to day 14 of my 21-day liberation challenge. Yesterday's lesson was patience, and I used to think of patience like just waiting and not getting annoyed. But really, I have seen that patience is more about trusting life, trusting that I am exactly where I need to be with the right people in the right place, even though sometimes it may feel uncomfortable. And so that was another great lesson from my dog. And this is from my book, God on a Leash. You can go to godonaleash.org if you want to get a copy of it. Today's lesson is entitled Death. And this is the whole reason I actually started these group of lessons, is because I could tell during the later years of my dog's life that he was going to die pretty soon because he had health changes and it was just one thing after another. And it was amazing though to see all of the health challenges he had, but he still was lively and full of life and love. But then eventually came the day where that spark really did seem to change, and that was a cue for me that we needed to make some changes. And, I wanted, after spending 12 years with my dog together, I really wanted to be ready as best I could. And I thought, creating all these lessons would be the best way to do that. And, I wanted to get ready for his death. I want to be ready for my death. I've had family members who have died, and I know this is a touchy, uncomfortable subject for a lot of people, and I think all the more reason we need to talk about it and honor it. And I have had times throughout my life where I thought maybe I just lost consciousness, had some kind of event happen, and it really felt like I left my body, and maybe I did die in some way, and I came back and felt different in an indescribable way. And so I was also noticing, working with the death process, how we also have aspects of our consciousness that slowly die over time, or maybe we have ways of being or habits or parts of us that are no longer serving us. And in that way, we need to maybe go through a mental, emotional death, or a spiritual death, or an existential death. And throughout my life, I've done my best to, approach these situations with love and with integrity, and really face what is arising in my awareness without trying to indulge, avoid, or replace to try and make it go away. And so in the text, I actually write about a few of the experiences I had where I feel like I did actually die. I can't say for sure, but I'm going to go on to the intention here because it's kind of a long one. May my new orientation with life and death empower myself to live freely, openly, and confidently in the direction of my dreams. May the recognition of my physical death be in honor of all of the death of every moment. May the recognition of my physical death be in honor of the death of every moment. That's what I just read. May my death and the death of each moment, each thought, each emotion, and each experience be lived in honor of the life essence I am, fueling all. I am grateful for Scooby's death, being a rebirth within myself, igniting my innate liveliness, good nature, and magnetism as the perfection of death I am. As I honor each death and its vital role in our lives, may it help to bless every death everywhere, whether physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, existential, or otherwise. May each death be filled with understanding, safety, and support. May the death of my past and future family members be blessed by the blessing I am blessing now. May this be true for all my relatives alive who will one day step through death's doorway. May this be true for me and all deaths spontaneously and effortlessly occurring across all time, space, dimensions of existence, and moments of presence. I love you, death. Thank you for being my best friend. With every breath is death. May this divine dance be performed with grace, elegance, and majesty as I die and am reborn anew inexhaustibly for the benefit of all that begins with Lyle, as Lyle. May it be graciously. And then the daydream, the receiving mode for today is gonna be imagining what my death process might be like and seeing myself empowered and safe in this experience. I'm gonna imagine what kind of divine support might be there during my death, maybe angels or guides or maybe my loved ones from the past. I'm gonna feel into this transition with ease and grace as I move into the next dimension of existence. As I go through my death process, I'm gonna look back at my life and see what habits, perspectives, and choices are no longer serving me and that I'm ready to discard and allow death to have its way with. I'm gonna gather from my soul what is best to lay down and what is best to carry on with, and align with my highest and greatest good, my most abundant life, and my ideal health. And then I'm gonna imagine myself returning back to my body with these new updates and upgrades, more capable, empowered, and optimistic than ever before. And so I was just reading that, but when I go through my daydream and I really practice throughout my day today, I'm gonna not only visualize this experience, this death process, but really feel into the feelings of what it's gonna be like and imagine going through the process and then being able to look at my life in review and come back. And by practicing going through this in my daydream, I feel like I'll be that much more prepared for when that day actually comes. And in this way, really honor my dog's death and all the lessons he brought into my life. And the lesson of the day, the little mantra says, as I honor death's doorway, I empower myself to live life to the fullest. Thank you for being here for today's lesson. Tomorrow's is entitled No Heart. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.